introduction, friends. As I mentioned in the particular email as well, I've known Sumaiya for close to 12 years now. She's been, we've worked with her at Ogilvy. We worked with her at Nirav Modi. She's been a friend and a client, and she comes with a lot of well-wishing for Talent Corner. She's been of huge support. She actually is the one who's helped us to learn advertising recruitment and has helped us achieve a lot of accolades. She's here to help us out to learn a lot more things about the recruitment world, what's going to happen post COVID, what to expect, how to prepare, etc., etc. And I'm sure all of you will take a huge value out of this, and make sure you hound Sumaiya with a lot of questions. She's very well prepared, so I'm sure she'll take it further with you guys. Right, Sumaiya, it's on to you. We have 95 participants and counting. I'm sure this will touch up to 100. Over to you, Sumaiya.
Perfect. Rashesh, thank you so much. I think you have really set the expectation bar so high. I hope at the end of the session, we are able to live up to your expectations, but we'll progress. Thank you so much, Rashesh. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to kind of interact with your team. I am pleased to know there are 95 and onwards increasing participants. Hello everyone. Hi, a very special self-quarantine good evening, as I can tell you guys all here, right? So I know you guys are on mute, and therefore it's gonna be only me speaking for quite some time, and then over to question and answers. But we will try and use this interesting chat window here as and when possible, and kind of have a more interactive session rather than just one-way communication. So myself, as Rishi said, Sumaiya Khan, I am a co-founder and proprietor of SS Consulting Services. And today we are going to speak on various topics, as Rashesh has already kind of given you a debrief on what all we're going to speak. We'll try and make this session very simple and lucid and focus on what we really need to know and how we can really help ourselves overcome what's happening, what's on our hand, and what's the way forward next in future. So I hope you all are safe, fine, sound with your loved ones and family members at home. And you all talented people, I'm sure, must be all safe and sound, because you guys are associated with a brand that starts with the name Talent, right? Talent Corner HR Services Private Limited. So obviously under Rashesh's mentorship, leadership, you guys are going to be 100% safe and secure. So that's going to be my assurance to you guys. So before we begin, I can see some chat windows coming from a lot of people. That's Abhishek, Aditya, Snehal, Sandhya, Svetlina, Ramesh. Fantastic, great. And I'm sure there are many more participants, and so hello to everyone. Wonderful to have this kind of streaming going on. And it's a very beautiful initiative, as I can say, that Rashesh has taken to kind of keep all of you guys engaged. It's very important at such a crucial time, right? We all need to learn, we all need to kind of expand our thoughts to see what can be really done. So brilliant initiative. So I can see Indu, Meeta, some Sunena. Fantastic, everybody. A big hi from me. Thank you. It's a warm welcome. Really, thank you very much. So what we'll do is, as I speak, we will use this communication where I want to ask you guys something, and we kind of use this ping chat to converse. You can ask questions in between, no problem, but it will be more productive, as I think, if we can use this platform to post questions at the end, so we can have a more detailed discussion rather than pause, break, continue. I hope that's okay with you guys. If you all can just tell me yes, no, okay on the ping chat, so I know the comfort level of everyone. Fantastic. So I think it's a yes, okay from everybody. Pooja, wow, Seema, and it's too fast for me to read. Fantastic. So thank you, everyone. Great. So to start with, see the topic. Come on, what's the guess on you guys having this topic idea like? Lockdown Monday, the new Sunday with a twist. According to you guys, what is it that this topic would be all about? How many of you guys really felt a Sunday, like a Sunday yesterday? You can be honest with me. I mean, was it like this Sunday, the typical Sundays that you guys normally have? Yes, no, 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 no. Exactly. Fantastic. I think this is what I was expecting from you guys. So bang on. It was not even for me. I don't think I really felt the Sunday the way it was at all. No, not at all. Not just at all. And today is Monday. We always scare ourselves with the Monday blues, and I think Tuesday greens and Wednesday oranges are godforsaken. But Monday blues are we all dreading about. The moment it's Sunday evening, we all are like, oh my God, tomorrow's Monday, another day, and stuff like that, right? So yes, the Sunday wasn't the Sunday we all expected, and that's the reason we actually, guys, wanted to keep this call yesterday. Believe you me, when me and Rashesh were discussing about this, and we were like, should we keep this call like on a Sunday? But then we really conscious because I'm sure you guys really had plenty of time. You can't step out, you can't do like various other things that you normally do on a Sunday. But then we really thought it's going to be very unfair to kind of take some time out of that, and therefore we kept it on a Monday, just without the Monday blue fear, and we're sitting nice and casual and at length, right? So yes, the idea of this call was to keep a lockdown Monday, the Sunday with a new twist. uh, I think somebody's video is coming on, so I'm not too sure if I should concentrate on that, but whatever it is, I'll just focus on continuing. So if there is any video that's coming on, unless it needs my attention, just ping. Otherwise, you'll have to kind of
Don't worry,
disable the
Sumaiya, I'll
video.
handle it. Don't worry. Just go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you. Because I didn't know, Rashesh, if that's something to kind of ask me or something. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So, so yes, obviously that's how it is. So, what's the current thing that's going on? The word that's really stuck like a virus in my head, and I'm sure all your heads, is this word called coronavirus, right? I mean, it's like eating our lives out. We're we're just talking about it nonstop. I think even kids, if you stop them and ask today, they will definitely, if not spell the word, they will at least say coronavirus. So that fear that is instilled in ourselves so much right now that everything in our minds are revolved around that. And why so? That's human nature. Something that's talk of the town, we all get involved and absorbed so much that we just don't want to part ourselves away with it. And what happens in the barcade? Let me know. How many of you guys really? I don't know the strength of how you guys are currently operating. Are you guys operating from home? Not right now, but in terms of your regular scheme of things, are you guys the ones who are operating from home, or you guys have different offices, or I don't know whether it's a shared office, whatever. But how many of you guys, okay, have always wanted a work from home scenario in your regular scheme of things? You can type your yes, no. How many of you guys wanted it? Okay. You okay? Nobody wanted. Okay, Rima wanted a yes. Majority of them say no. Okay, I think it's all women who are writing yes, huh? Okay, as expected. Okay, as expected. So it's a very interesting response. Some are saying yes, some are saying no, some are saying mixed, and I think the yeses are more from women that's coming, which is absolutely what I expected the response to be. What really happens is, many of us expect a work from home environment to be given at some point in time in our career. Maybe it's for women, it's more for family and stuff like that, or to kind of balance work with family and stuff like that. But when you're given this in a constrained environment, okay, you don't want it. What happens is, what's the human mind saying? When I want something, I get it. I always want something more and different. So I always wanted to work from home, for example. Now, the moment I get it, okay, I don't want it, or I wish I could get it in a better environment. So currently, we've all got work from home benefit. But what's hampering here is we got it with a lot of constraints. So it's human nature to not like it and enjoy it for some time, distance away from it for quite some time, right? So that's precisely what's happening with us. Some are still enjoying, especially if it's women, because they can kind of do their chores, work, and stuff like that. So that fear with humans are always going to be there. What we're going to right now speak is today is the sixth day of the lockdown. I think after the government announced it on 24th, we all were bogged down what, why, how, when, where, in zillion questions on our head running, right? Today is the sixth day. We survived it. We'll try and use this call to kind of see in the next 15 days, what is it that we can really do better? What is it that we can really maximize out of this 15 days, so that at the end of 15, at the end of the 14th April, which is at the end of the 21st day of lockdown, we don't feel that I wish I would have utilized the days better, I wish I could have done this and that and that. I'm sure you all have some thoughts on mind, which you have either in terms of hobbies or ambitions or passion that we all want to do from home, or I wish I get extra time that I can do it. I mean, that feeling is there, right? So, example, I have 5 or 6 top things in my bucket list that I always wanted to do, which I'm trying and utilizing at this point in time. Okay. So, I hope you guys can ping and tell me here, did you have any such, if not 5 or 6, 2 or 3 things list on mind that you wish you could do in your normal routine? Forget the lockdown at the moment. So, you can type a yes, no, or whatever on the chat box and tell me if you guys had. Vijita says yes. Yes. Oh, Hiral wants to pursue education. Wow, fantastic. Oh, there's a yes from Snehal, Joita, Razak, Rosaline, fantastic. So you see, we all have something or the other on our plates to do, right? Just that we are right now bound with so much negativity around. I'm missing there's Sumit, there is Purabhi, there's everyone who's saying yes, fantastic. Even mine is a yes. I'm sure even Rashish is a yes. We all have a list of things to do. Just that we have to prioritize and figure it out how I want to do it. What's the time I can allot to do it, and how I can do it even better. It could be simplest thing. It could even be spring cleaning. It could be even like your pending, cupboard cleaning, or it could be even kind of sorting things. We have to just sit down and pen down certain things. And I can see that along with work or along with various things you do, how can I involve and get my time out? Right now, you're saving time to travel. Right now, you're saving time to kind of get ready to so much time is on hand. Okay. If you kind of utilize it, put those 2 or 3 top things. I'm not saying pick up the entire laundry list. Even if you do 2 or 3 things from that, believe you me, at the end of 21st day, you will not feel so cheated, but you will feel, okay, no problem. I got time on hand, but I did at least 2 or 3 things well, right? Another thing that's really going around, okay, is a lot of these news that's going on. They're saying that, okay, the lockdown is going to get extended. There's a lot of fake news, there's a lot of correct news, there's a lot of, we are really nobody to judge right now, right? When the lockdown happened, I don't think many of us even anticipated the 15th of, until the 15th of April is going to be a lockdown, but it just got happened. Now somebody's saying it's going to go on till 30th. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. We don't know. I can sit and think, beat my chest around it, and I can only sit and think, oh my God, what's going to happen, and kind of, spend the rest of the days. I don't want to do that, right? Let the government do what's best for the safety, and let us focus on what we really need to do. So cut down from the negativity that's going around you, in all our houses or in kind of friends, we have a lot of negative stuff that's going around right now. Yes, there's a lot of scares that's going around. There's a lot of fear conversations, but zoom in, zoom out. Hear, understand, absorb, and exit yourself and get back to the course of things. Believe you me, it's not that in my house the negativity doesn't go around. We all speak, but believe you me, I believe in positivity. I like to kind of, I would want to give you guys the same thing back. That yes, listen, get scared for a few minutes is human, it's normal, it's natural, but then zoom out and say, okay, no problem. Am I somebody who's suffering? No, it's everybody in the same boat. Let me do what best I can. So what I'm going to talk immediately in this context is a shift in mindset from a lockdown mindset to a growth mindset. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak for some of these aspects. I really have some notes, some kind of, reference material, which I will pass it down back to Talent Corner team, and they will circulate it to all you guys. Hope that reference is helpful. So I thought this could be one way of, you guys have something to refer and ponder back to. I'm sure zillions of videos are coming to you guys, and zillions of articles and zillions of reference material is coming up to you. But I have a few which is really really relevant to us. Okay, I'll share that back with you all, and if there is feedback on that, surely you guys can approach and share it back with me. So coming to what's really happening. So in this shift of lockdown mindset to growth mindset, what happens? Okay, my mind is something that will listen and act basis that. Okay, my body will function basis what my mind gives a signal on, right? Which is normal and natural. So right now we all are in a locked down mindset. We will shift that to a growth mindset. So what happens in a lockdown mindset? Currently, I feel I'm locked down at home. But what will my growth mindset say? I'm not locked down at home. I'm safe at home, right? I can spend time with my family. I can give quality time to my family, whether it is my wife or my husband or kids or every and my parents and any and everybody else, right? That's a shift. Another thing, what does a lockdown mindset say? I feel, oh, I'm running out of various things, whether it's natural supplies, whether it is my food essentials. What will my growth mindset say? My growth mindset will say, can I utilize what I really have on hand? Can I kind of see what I can live out of what I've saved until now? What will my growth mindset also tell me? Can I reuse, recycle, reproduce? That's the way my mindset should shift. Another way, what happens in a lock mindset? Everything around me is shutting. I'm panicking. What should I do? What's going to happen? Instead, instead, can I look at the positive in a growth mindset, that the necessities are available. The government has made the facilities of natural, essential commodities available. Can I use that and live out my life for the next few days? So that shift from a lock-minded mindset to a new growth mindset is what we all need to adapt. I'm not saying don't worry, but reduce the worry. It's natural. Also, another very interesting point that happens around in a lock mindset is the fear. I am scared. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel there's so much negativity around me. What can I do in a growth mindset? In a growth mindset, I can really look at something. What's in it me? What's in my hand? Nothing. I can't do much because I'm locked down. Yes, but I can do the best directives that I'm getting from the government. Be at home, feel safe, be relaxed, do my basic hygiene, eat healthy, sleep healthy, live healthy, be positive, and spread that positivity around. Relating this shift from a lockdown mindset to a positive mindset, that's a growth mindset. Another interesting thing that you guys can do with your clients, and I will come to that in a bit. How many of you guys have actually reached out to your clients in this midst of things that's happening? If you can, this client could be your current client, your past clients, your prospect clients, the clients that you aim to have on board. You can write a yes, no, any line of message. Okay, Hiral says I have. Raj Lakshmi says yes. Okay, in the beginning of the outbreak, yes, yes. Okay, so everybody has. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So now how does this start? I asked client. We all said yes. In this scenario of crisis, it just doesn't mean alone a client. It could be your near and dear ones. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be ex-colleagues. It could be any and everybody, right? It's a positive message that we all can spread to one another, and it can do wonders to us. A very simple example to it is, okay, Sunil says, I have reached out to 5 clients. Great. So you can reach out to even your prospect client, believe you me, a client you're eyeing to have, okay, or even a client who told you, no, I don't want to work with you, or not at this point. Even if you go back to them, believe you me, it's all about relationship. And I'll come to it how it will help you guys. And as we progress in speaking, I will come to all of these points. Very interesting example is of the movie Jai Ho, right, in Bollywood. How does it happen? That any good deed that's done, uh, every person goes and says, don't tell me thank you, but go and do 3 good things back to somebody else. I think this chain reaction of us spreading positivity is similar to that. Okay. The moment I get a positive message from somebody, I do feel that I should go back and, do that to another set of people. Okay, if somebody writes to me, I will also feel like writing to the zillion people on my phone book, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, on my LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. What does this do? I'm not saying it's going to solve all our problems, but at least it will relieve us for a few minutes that, hey, I'm in the same boat, right? So brilliant if you guys have done that. Use this opportunity, just not writing once. Again, maintain a momentum of continuity. And every few days, check on them. Check and make them aware that you guys are available work from home. What really happens in this is, I know you guys are working, making an effort, and sometimes it's nothing that you can do. But being in touch and being persuasive can really make wonders. Maybe the client can say, listen, but this position I have, I think even after the lockdown is over, I will need this person on board. What you can really do, you can start and help at least sourcing those candidates or kind of building your pipeline for that. Maybe 1 or 2 clients will give you, not all, but you see, you're engaged in work. The moment you'll be engaged in work, your mind will think less of negativity, less of stress, less of various things that going around, right? So this is something fantastic. You guys are doing it. Brilliant. Continue to do it. Believe you me, this magic chain is brilliant. It's working well. It's at least worked well for me. I have a few clients, who are willing to give more work because they are locked down, we're locked down, and stuff that cannot be avoided, they're giving. So you guys have to use that. So that's a little about what's the current scenario and how we can do it. Another interesting thing that I'm going to share with you guys is the purpose planner. Okay, what's the purpose of ourselves in this lockdown? So there's very interesting kind of a checklist that I have, like a workbook checklist, which I will share with the Talent Corner team to give it to you guys back. Beautiful. You can sit down and kind of pen your thoughts on the purpose planner. I received it from somebody in this time of crisis, and I really, really loved it. Okay, so we all can put our thoughts on that. Believe you me, we will just rediscover ourselves, and we will see that so much more our purpose is there, and it will slowly make us feel more productive, motivated, and less of the negativity in us. Now, coming to what really is happening from a global platform, given this entire coronavirus thing, okay, all of us must be thinking it is only with us. What will happen of us, right? As in me, what will happen to my work? What will happen to me, my family? Blah blah blah. Actually, it's not just me; it's us. It's a whole of the world that's right now battling. Whether it's parts of Europe, whether it's parts of Asia Pacific, US. I have friend, colleagues, networks in most of these geographies, in good part of Europe, in good part of Africa, in good part of South Africa and stuff. Everybody, believe you me, guys, are in the same boat. Whether it's the top-notch businessman or it's bottom line business person, I don't think anybody said that tickety boo, I am in a very comfort zone, and everything is going fantastic with me. So it's, guys, it's just not like that at all. Okay, everybody has been saying, it's not good. And we can see media is giving certain numbers of various things, we can rely on it, but when you really go down to the grassroots level and speak to the people is when you really know the truth. And believe you me, it's not easy for anybody. Our government has given certain relief plans to us. It's different for US, it's different for different countries. and they're all adapting to that. That's just a relief measure. Nobody's talking about certainty of what will happen after the virus is done. Okay, but sure, what everybody knows one thing, and we all need to keep that in mind, guys, is we'll have to start from scratch. What do I mean by that is all of us have a certain set of clients, all of us are working. When we get back to work in our regular scheme of things, guys, it's not just going to be the way we are operating right now. Whether it's Rashesh, you, me, anybody, we will have to start from scratch, like just like a new job. Okay, believe you me, just some of you guys might get your salaries at the moment, some may not get, blah blah blah. I'm sure you guys are entrepreneurs on the call. We all have to kind of figure out how our incomes will come. But right now, whether you're a salaried person, your business, you all will have to start from scratch. So keep that in mind. Believe you me, the moment you start thinking like this, it will ease out a lot of pressure on our heads. I'm an entrepreneur myself. Okay, I have certain responsibilities. It's not easy for me. But by kind of worrying or not thinking or not progressing, I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just going to keep sitting and hacking myself and saying, what can I do? What can I do? No. What can I do will have to be penned down, will have to be discussed, decided, and thought forward has to be put ahead, right? Another point here in the global economy front is this time, what is we are living, guys, we'll have to understand is a phase. It's a passing phase, okay? It's not going to be stagnant. We all keep always saying that nothing is constant, right? Um, Change is not constant, it's dynamic, right? We all once upon a time used to recruit with less of technology. Now it's full technology. Now it's AI technology, right? I'll come to AI soon in some part of the conversation later. But what I'm trying to say is change is dynamic. Even change is not constant. So this phase that we are living in will also go with our continued positivity and support. If we follow rules that are laid down, definitely, guys, we will pass this through. Look at, I don't know how many of you guys are you guys aware of 2008 recession? People can ping yes, no. Oh, fantastic. So Saujanya says yes, Hiral says yes. Okay, some are no, which is expected because some of you guys may not be even working that point in time, yes. But there are brilliant yeses from Ramesh, Anjani, Mala, Vujita, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, great. So thanks guys. And if I've missed any names, thanks. What happened in 2008, guys? We all know the economy downfall was huge, okay? There was stock market crashed on because Goldman Sachs, Lehman Brothers in US, the downfall there affected the market and everything got affected in the Indian market and geographies around, right? Even specific coming to India, there was aviation crisis. I'm sure you guys would know Kingfisher shut down, Jet was running in losses under, so the business run by Naresh Goyal then had taken sufferings. People had from 5 to 25% salary cuts. There were layoffs. We all know media bites coming in and stuff like that. So did that last forever? No. It was a period. It passed by. Obviously, today Jet doesn't exist, but it got shut down now. It still survived after that 10 years. But that was Jet as an example. But point is, nothing lasts forever. We have to just remember that it's a passing phase and just reinstill that every day in our minds that it's gonna go away. Okay, very important. Okay, very important is what can I do in this phase to rediscover myself, right? I'll come to this rediscovery with certain more examples. I'll give you a reference of my own example in this scenario. I was working, as you might have seen in Rashish's email, note that I used to work with Nirav Modi uh, until it got shut down in 2018. So what really happened that point in time, right? It was crisis for us. I'm sure not for you guys, but for the 2,200 people out there, it was a huge crisis. How many of you guys are even aware of Firestone Nirav Modi thing that happened in 2018? You guys can write yes, no. So accordingly, I can deep dive into the conversation. Okay, fantastic. I'm aware. Yes, yes. I'm sure most of you guys would be aware. Only one no is there, but yes, yes, yes. It has to be largely yes, because until then, many people didn't even know much about the brand, right? And the downfall happened. So I'll just explain to you what really happened of this entire thing, right? So it was a brilliant experience for me. Was working with the brand. Wouldn't have really quit because the experience was brilliant. But one fine day, I was holidaying in Turkey. I was holidaying in Europe, but when I just reached Turkey and I happened to see the India news, you're on a holiday and you get to see the news of your owner, CEO, uh, you know, a negative publicity. I don't want to go into details, but you are kind of seeing that on paper of allegations and stuff like that. What do you feel? You're already coming to a fag end of your holiday, yeah, brilliant holiday, and then you kind of look at this. Believe you me, until then, which was, if I'm not wrong, it was 3rd of February 2018 when I saw the news. The company entire shutdown on paper was 20th February. It was like less than 2 weeks. Uh, so even on 3rd, when this came out, for me, it was not so rattling because for a big man like him, I thought that's my personal choice, guys. This is my personal experience. So my point was, oh, it's nothing, and I was talking to my husband that point in time, and I was like, oh, this nothing, I'm sure he will walk out through this with ease. I had just no clue what's happening in the background. I had just no clue what's going to happen. For me, given my experience, I was like, it's just nothing, That's the way I took it so lightly. By the time my holiday is coming to an end and I'm resuming to work, a series of things are happening, right? The media is full of, news on that, on the fraud things that's happening. There are, offices are having, CBIs and EDs and IT officers and everybody coming in and, kind of checking and stuff. It was chaos, right? Was it in our hands? No. Did we know? No. Did anybody probably knew? Any of them just didn't have a clue, right? What's all this and why it's happening? Even till then, the positivity in everybody was like, what will happen? Will we survive? Will we not? And in few couple of hours, 72 hours or something like that, the company completely shut down, right? That was for me a setback that point in time, because overnight you are just out of a job, right? So guys, what really happens in that phase is very difficult. 2,200 people out without jobs. And believe you me, right, the news that we are seeing right now of people not having food and stuff that we see on media, who are going from one place to the other, their homes. Guys, it's I've experienced that. I had people coming up and giving me examples of, they see, in diamond industry, there are laborers who get daily wages, right? They get daily accountable money, and many of them live on mere salaries, mere money, so they cannot have that much savings for which they all can bank on. So certain people like us could have had a saving, but can't expect from them. So there were people who would really not even have money to kind of live up to their children's expectations. So I had a very sad story of somebody coming up and telling me, listen, you know what, I don't know what will I give my child in the night if he really asks me for an apple and I just have a banana. I have no money. Okay, and it's just not one, there are several such people. Believe you me, my heart went out to that person, and I just didn't know how to respond. And like, salaries not coming in because that time lockdown happened, bank accounts froze. It was February, it's financial year ending, coming to an end in March. There were various things. I had people, believe you me, who had kids in standard 10th wanting to give exams, and father out of the job. The father used to sit in a cyber cafe, like really a coffee shop kind of a situation, or sitting up at friend's house just to be away at the work hours so that the child does not feel that the father's lost the job and traumatize that pressure our mind, you know. So there are those instances, guys. So always look at people below us, look at people, you know, who are really in need. Believe you me, we will feel so much comfort today in our homes. We can sit and eat food. We still have a lot of luxuries and many others don't have. So why I'm giving you this example is, for me, obviously that job was gone. I could have looked at another job, started another segment of life. uh, but then people started approaching me for jobs, and you know, kind of started giving network references. Some got jobs, and that's how my new career site evolved. I discovered myself, guys, as an entrepreneur. I always wanted to be one, obviously, in my career space, but Rishish knows that very well. He knows my entire career span history, and I have been having periodic conversations with him. But I never knew this was the time and it will come overnight, like the flower blooms out, and I will have to start my own thing. But believe you me, sometimes it just happens. I got clients, I got work, I got stuff, and you know, my associations started budding and blooming. That was a new discovery for me. Believe you me, from then till now, there was no looking back, right? See, one can always go back to a career and kind of start and do things. That's different. But believe you me, this was in store for me. I didn't know I would start this until this happened. So whatever happens, understands, happens for a purpose. There are reasons behind. All we can do is pray to God. I used to always at time pray to God that put something in my mind that I am excited towards, and then the passion with which I can take that forward, and just not take it because I have no other choice. So, guys, this phase that we are currently living in, okay, will go by. We can rediscover ourselves. Okay. Now, rediscover doesn't necessarily mean, oh, let me just quit my entrepreneurship. Should I go back and study? uh, and look at those, you know, plans that are not necessarily the outbound to this. Okay, can I do studies along with entrepreneurship? All right, great. Yes, look at fruitful alternative options that can take you to a next level of your career. Don't limit yourselves to just uh, cut down this. Just can I do that? Oh, what if I don't make money? How will I live? Give it some space and time. I started that immediately the very next day, even before the month of February got over. The company was formed, clients started coming in, you know, and then therefore that work started moving. That's how I rediscovered myself. Now, you, after this call today, sit back and see what is it that you have in mind, and that you can rediscover or kind of find a new self from this for yourself. I hope until now, guys, it's making sense. If you guys can write yes, no, whatever is interesting to know, share. Fantastic. So there's yes coming from Rima, Abhishek, Surabhi, Sandhya. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Christy, Seema, Ramesh. Fantastic. Brilliant. I'm just trying to give you relevant examples. Fantastic. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the compliments. It's great going. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm trying to give you guys more relevant examples so that, you know, you guys get some energy back after this call. I want to keep this, you know, very interesting, like one-to-one, as if I'm talking to you guys one-on-one. And also I will add one thing here before I kind of come to my new points is, after this call, if any of you feel that, you know, you guys want to do like a set of people want to do like a very casual, another level of conversation to kind of boom or beef up your positivity and something, we can work it out. Okay, just for Rashesh, I will definitely do it for you guys, and for the lead running with Rashesh. Fantastic. Thanks, Kiran. Good and inspiring, really motivating. Thank you, guys. So I'll move next to giving you examples of, so we spoke about Nirav Modi downfall, how my life changed. Now I'm sure you guys can also sit back and think and change your lives in that angle with the purpose planner that I'll share and stuff like that. Okay. Uh, we also have to look at, you know, how now the inventions that happen in industrial revolution, very easy to say, okay, yeah, my life changed. Not only mine, guys. Look at the various people like James Watt invented steam engine. Okay, in 1775. Okay, that was the time of industrial revolution. He discovered that. Okay, so another, so Isaac Newton had his inventions done. So another is Alfred Nobel. Okay, he invented dynamite in 1860. Okay, so point is, in the even in the time of industrial revolution, things got discovered. People discovered stuff. Okay, and life moved on. So nobody just sat back and kind of felt bad about it and didn't do a difference. They made a difference. So we all like that can be um, the James Watts, or we can be the Alfred Nobels and Isaac Newtons of our spaces, and we can look at those areas and rediscover ourselves. Okay, so just very interesting to do that. And we can look at how we can do stay in touch with clients. Like I said, I'm repeating this point, so that we have connectivity of business. Okay, very easy for clients to say at this time, no hiring, I don't know what's going to happen, but you being in touch, being their go-to person can make a lot of difference. When you go back after the lockdown, you might not have to struggle for new business because you've been in touch. It's just one reminder call and you might get 3 or 4 positions on your hand, at least to start with, and that energy will come back. Very important, continuity. Okay, uh, and family friends obviously at a regular place, at a regular pace. Another interesting thing that I started doing out is, that's my personal thing, is I had a lot of people that I never got in touch with, or never got time to kind of touch base with, friends, people's ex-colleagues, people. I'm also picking up calls and talking to them. Okay, generally, that even it could be friend, colleagues who I really never spoke at length. When will I call them? If not this time, then when? You can start doing that as well. You never know, you could get new business coming from them. Somebody might have moved places, somebody must be doing their own new venture. You can gently pitch into your business and kind of get work, not, or just a casual conversation. That's again a very important thing. Do maybe 1 or 2 fluid 10-15 minute call. Believe you me, you will see how things change. Okay, so very important to do that. Now I'll try and give you certain tips and tricks on how a recruiter, the skills that you will have to know for future, stuff that you need to kind of uh, adapt to kind of, survive in this new advanced future that's coming in. Okay, so first of all, this word recruiter, I think we'll have to kind of part ways with that. We are just not recruiters, guys. We are partners to the clients. Okay, we are their go-to advisors. I just don't like for anybody to call us just a mere recruiter. We are just not recruiters, right? I'm sure you guys will agree, because we are just not picking up resumes and sharing with them and setting up interviews and that. No, we have to kind of make ourselves the only go-to person they come. Stay in touch with them on stuff, give them news about the industry you're working with them for. Okay, I'll tell you, for example, me and Rashesh. Okay, Rashesh and I started working, interacting really start of my career, if not even before, guys. So it wasn't that I was an easy client to work for. Okay, and I'm sure Rashesh knows that best, and Rashesh's team. I'm not too sure who that time. I know one girl, Komal, she's still working with Rashesh. She was one person I knew I worked with. There was Nehal. I don't remember much, but yeah, largely has to work with Rashesh. Guys, it wasn't easy because coming in from media in Ogilvy, a lot of pressure was there. Okay, I'm twisting tables. Today I am on this side. Okay, your side. That time I was on the other side. So therefore, I know the angles from both. It wasn't that I did it out of purpose or kind of made Rashesh run around. No, it was the need of the hour. I had plenty list of positions. I had the urgency. I had to hire the best people. I didn't have enough budgets. I had my do's and don'ts, but I expected Rashesh to deliver the best, come what may. And it wasn't easy, guys. It wasn't easy. Why wasn't it easy? Because though we were number one, hiring from number 2 or 3 and not having the budgets and to get the best people wasn't easy, right? We'll agree. You do that on a day-to-day basis with your clients. Um, But believe you me, the way Rashesh, and I would only work with Rashesh largely. Why so? Because I would always believe that, listen, Rashesh, that person in your team's not up to the mark, blah blah blah. I don't have that much time. You understand well, therefore I want to work with you, right? That was my mindset that I used to work with. But Rashesh never was always on the front foot. He would always ensure that, yes, I'm there for you, but here's my team member. Please kind of utilize her, and always pushed somebody in his team to kind of, be up there. So Maya, if there's a mistake from that person, I apologize, but give that person a chance. And therefore, that relationship, guys, today has lasted where it is today. So from that, people like Komal and stuff, kind of, I don't know if Komal, are you on the call? I don't know. You can ping a yes and tell me. So if there's a person like Komal, or, somebody who really made an effort to kind of come up to speed, learn. A lot of expectations, guys, I had from Rashesh or the other talent partners that I used to work with. I would just pick up and say, listen, I want a mind mapping, I want a talent mapping, I want salary benchmarks, I want like a whole list of things. Okay. And I wanted it free. Very simple. It's all relationship. And Rashesh and team would really, guys, go out and get that from me without a word. It's like, sure, Samaya, no problem. I said, Rashesh, if my salaries need to be upped or down or whatever, I need benchmark, I need study, I need specific details. And these guys would come and give me facts. So what really I'm trying to explain to you guys here is, it is just not a position closing relationship that we are having with clients, right? We want clients to be a long-term nurtured clients. It is all your relationship, guys. It's nothing other than relationship, believe you me. And that is what survives, whether it is your personal life or whether it's work. The trust and the relationship are the two big factors, guys, on which we all can survive our lives on, right? So it helped. I don't know if it will help you guys. I'm just giving you guys tips and tricks. Client can be irritated, client can be upset, angry, but always, guys, zoom in, zoom out. It is never about something personal with the person. I and Rashesh would have heated conversations about work, but after that half an hour, 1 hour, we would have a wonderful general conversation, okay, outside work. We did meet up, we did speak and stuff like that. So today, you guys are the Rasheshes out there, and you will have talent, you will have kind of clients who can be various people. Okay, so use this kind of networking skills. Go out and give them the front up news. You hear some good things about the company from the market, go and congratulate the client and say, listen, I figured out so and so got promoted in your company, brilliant, fantastic, companies going great leaps. Do that, so learn from one another, learn from client will learn from you, and that's how you will survive. And it's today's market, it's survival of the fittest. So very important is that. And a never give up attitude, guys. I think I've seen that a lot. I've always picked up challenging work that has come my way. When I even joined a brand, Firestone, Nirav Modi, an it was an upcoming brand. It was not a brand in market that point in time, like a Cartier or a Tiffany or a Bulgari and VCA, One Cleave, Xiaomi and stuff like that. But it was an upcoming brand. So always pick up something that's challenging. Your learning will get impacted. Your deliveries will get impacted. And believe you me, you will be able to push yourself even harder. Always picking up something most comfortable that's coming your way is always great. But the self-satisfaction, guys, that you get by picking up something challenging is amazing. It's brilliant. Just try that for once, okay? Everything, just money will not be able to win. Now, I'm not saying Rashesh was able to then close all the positions for us. It's not practical. It's not human. But the fact that then effort was there, then they was able to close one position, two positions, then from mid to junior to senior positions, and the charm that they got, that the confidence that they get, and then to work with a number one ad agency, it makes a wonder. Okay. Hope so far everything is seeming sense in terms of work. Guys, you can ping, yes, tell me, no. Okay, great. It makes sense. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, great. Another important thing, guys. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Purvi, Astha. eh, I'm sorry, Indu. I'm missing names, but everybody, thank you very much. So, guys, another important thing to remember in today's these 15 days is self-learning. Okay, self-learning in terms of there are a lot of free websites available to do interesting HR or non-HR related courses. You guys are all doing recruitment, so skills, how you can up your recruitment skills, how you can do better telephonic interviews, how you can kind of do video conferencing, etc. There are various programs that are available. One of the very interesting website is Coursera. I will share these names at the end with the Talent Corner team. You guys can log in. These are free learning website, okay, with certifications. Some of these programs or courses that are there in in this list of Coursera are also affiliated with international universities. There are plenty of universities from America, etc. That these programs are live conducted from there. So I signed up for a program that started on 27th March, and I think that will end by the end of the coming month. So there were such programs that we can pick up and learn ourselves. The very most important skill, I think, guys, we all need to fear about. Okay, right now we are fearing about our jobs or our entrepreneurship or my work, but I think what we are not all up there still is AI, artificial intelligence. Can you guys tell me yes or no if you guys have heard about it, read about it, aware about it? Oh, brilliant. Abhishek, Archana, Chanya, Vijita, everybody knows machine learning. Yeah. So, guys, this is just not like a machine learning. Guys, understand the company's brilliant. Everybody's aware. Ramesh, Astha, Sumit. Brilliant, brilliant. See, guys, very important time in the next 15 days is to acquire and understand a little about AI, what's happening, and look at our career maps in terms of AI. What will the AI take away from my career, or what is it that it can do to boost my career? Okay, so self-learning, self-paced learning is very important. AI, if we all can do something brilliant for our careers. Even LinkedIn guys have some free courses. I think LinkedIn Learning, and they give you certificates which are valid globally. You can see some of them listed in my profile that Rashesh's team must have shared with you. So it is brilliant platform to kind of self-learn and acquire certifications, quick programs and do it. Now in AI, the way the technology boom that started in 90s took away from our traditional hiring of paper to digital, okay, from paper MISs to digital MISs. Now AI is going to do, I mean, some companies, believe you me, internationally and in India started using AI at a very good scale to kind of, up their hiring skills. This AI very well can even remove resumes from your dashboard. Yes, Rashesh has pinged Coursera. Yes, perfect. Yes, Rashesh, that's the one. So, guys, very important is to know what are the threats we all can have from that. I'm not saying it's going to come right now in 2020 or 2021, but maybe in a year or two, that's going to be up there. Companies are already started using a lot of AI facilities to kind of down filter, up filter their resumes, skills, and those robotic initiatives that they are taking to kind of sift. So they might even need less of recruiters over a period of time. Therefore, it's very important for all of us to kind of establish ourselves as partners and not recruiters, because tomorrow AI can be a very easy go-to button operated operators for the companies. So very, very important. Learn that. See how that will unfold our careers over a period of time. Okay. So I hope that's going to be helpful and we all are going to do that. So building trust, relationship, technology. Three things always important in our careers, whether it's recruitment or anywhere. So in technology right now comes AI, but as we progress could be if any other machine learning mechanisms. Okay. Um, so far everything clear. Now we're going to come back to stuff like uh, when you guys take assignments, you guys must be wondering, I want to pick up all the big company assignments that are coming my way and not really take small and mid-size company assignments. Guys, don't do that mistake, okay? Even when we choose careers, okay? I worked in, like I said, Firestone, when it was an upcoming brand. It was not an established brand, but I took it up because of the learning. And believe you me, the phenomenal learning I had. I had opportunities to work and set up stores for Nirav in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Macau, certain places remotely. In India, I helped set up stores. So point here is an upcoming brand or a mid-size, sometimes medium to mid-size brands give you a lot of opportunity to kind of learn, which probably a stable organization may not give up from a perspective of picking up jobs. So similarly, when you pick up clients, what really happens is we all want the client to be a big name like an IBM, Wipro, stuff like that, but understand the challenges that come with that. Okay, we are just not one association going to be working with them for recruitment. They will be having a team of panel of other recruitment agencies that will be associated with them. Therefore, yes, it looks nice to have a brand on your list of clienteles, but understand if it's going to take a longer time, always evaluate what position is there. Is it worth spending time on just picking up a programmer for an IT company, okay, which is that big scale? They will have pool, it will take that much more time. And for me, closure will take a challenge. Why will closure take a challenge? Sometimes their interview processes are longer, their mechanisms are longer, okay? Understand that they will have those many approvals to close positions. They can easily say the position is on hold. Now, you will not put your rolls up and see, saying, listen, I put 15 days on that, and at the end, I was coming to closure, and you guys said it's on hold. You just can't do much. Your interaction is also down there with the HR person alone, or managerial level or a senior manager, but you will not have an association directly with a CEO or an MD and stuff like that. So understand, guys, the pros of then working with a mid-size or a small-size organizations when you pick up the clientele. Even I used to earlier feel that, hey, I should pick up all big-name clients. It is more fancier, it's more good. No, but be practical. You need money to run your business. You need money flowing in. You need the time that you're putting in. Time is money. So the moment you start evaluating that from a business perspective, wearing the entrepreneur hat, believe you me, guys, it is something that's going to change your life. I'm not saying don't pick up all big clients and just tell them, but always weigh the options. So even if it's a small client, you're getting the opportunity to work with the CEO largely, or the MD largely, or at least a second in line. Your learning improves, your interaction level, your confidence, everything goes up. There you can also go and push in a candidate and have a conversation to convince, and sometimes it works. Always be assertive. If you find a good talent out in the market, whether it's for a big client or a small client, go back to the client and say, listen, I know you don't have an opening, but I got this very interesting candidate looking out for a job. How many of us actually do that kind of, proactive pushing to the clients? You can write yes, no on the chat screen. Hiral says yes, Sheetal says yes, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so Vijita said no, Abhishek said no. Okay, so there are no's coming in, great. So this is going to be one very, sometimes Sumit says, sometimes yes. Now understand, take a U-turn to the way you normally work and bring in changes. See, certain things we'll not be able to change of our daily operation, but bring innovation in it. I'm not saying just push it down the throat and, see, now when you have a relationship, you will be able to do it. Guys, you will land up closing positions. Sometimes you never know. You're working on something that doesn't get closed, and a proactive resume that you pushed can have a seamless closure. So look at ways of adapting a shift in mindset and be flexible, guys. I'm not saying, given the current scenario, I would have said this even otherwise. It's always because I've tried and tested both. It is worth. So therefore, today, even if I have a small time client coming to me to work, I don't think I'll ever say no. I don't think so. But yes, years ago, if I would be, I would be like, okay, let's see. But now, no. Just because I've learned and acquired this over a period of time. So I hope this will also help you guys. Flexibility of budget. Sometimes with a small company, to push 10, 20,000 is a challenge, but sometimes they'll do it. But if you look at a big company, they'll say, listen, I have an Asia Pacific budget approval. Globally, this is the norm. And I don't think sometimes they'll even up and penny. So what happened? You're come to a closure stage, but for 10,000, your candidate has said no, and the client is not willing to give that extra 10,000. So understand that and always be open to both, you know. So I hope all this will make sense. Look at creativity, look at challenging assignments, and move your gear on. I know it's already 1 hour. Two quick points we will discuss, largely that I have on the list to cover with you guys is, uh, you know, on the relationship front and what is it that you need to keep doing. Okay, keep doing self-learning, keep doing motivational learnings, keep self-motivating. Many of you guys are HR guys here. Understand that there will be, or maybe non-HR, we are entrepreneurs are a self-motivators guys. I don't think anybody comes to Rashesh to pat on his back. Maybe if it's a family run business for him, his parents can do it, but he's also an independent individual entrepreneur who runs his set of cities. So nobody comes and gives him a pat on the back. He has to be self-motivator. All of us have to self-motivate ourselves. Believe you me, that's the best motivation we all can get ever. Read books, read motivational books, look at motivational videos. There are a lot of Hollywood and Bollywood movies, guys. I can send the links later, which are very relevant to our recruitment or to our business management or an entrepreneurship skill set basis. We can use that largely to up our spirits and even perform better. Okay. Now, the very in thing that I've been hearing about and knowing is the work from home. Is that the new normal? Okay. It is currently the new normal because we're all working from home, not having a great choice there. But looking internationally and various other organizations, guys sitting out there, okay, it is not that everybody gets to work always from home, but big organizational, even in India, couple of them have this flexibility of x number of days from office and 1 or 2 days or 1.5 day or just 1 day work from home, and this kind of flexible working environment. And I'm sure over a period of time in India also the norms, the mechanics of work life will change. So it's better we earlier get adapted and always work in, utilize the opportunity. This is the best time for us to understand that if I have to anytime work from home, what is it that I can do or not do. Okay, so work from home, it's a new normal now. Everybody's talking about it, how life will go. Maybe many entrepreneurs right now sitting on this call or outside must be thinking, great, if their work from home with their teams is working normal with this kind of Zoom apps or otherwise, and they're able to drive productivity from their teams, I'm sure many of them will introduce that as a partial working away from home. Sometimes it will free them up electricity, it will free them up space. See, today's space is very expensive in India, largely in Mumbai, right? I'm not saying all places in India, but Mumbai. So many of the big organizations are getting to it. Everybody wants to work life balance. I'm talking more from India but Mumbai. So many of them are getting to ourselves, and this will soon become the new norm. It hasn't become in India, but it may. Companies are getting to it. Everybody wants work-life balance. I'm talking more from a feminine perspective. Even men, they have to give time to their families. They have stuff to do. Look at international countries. They all, I mean, there is divide and rule in work. Men do kind of groceries outside. Women kind of do cleaning, cooking, and there is babysitters and stuff like that. So life will slowly change even for India. The faster we adapt our mindsets, the easier will it be for us to kind of zoom in to this kind of way of working, right? Um, what are the do's and don'ts of working at home? Okay, very interesting thing. And before that, I would like to just emphasize on one point on working mid-sized to big companies, and I'll come back to this work from home again. Decide whether you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond. Okay, lot of your career drives on that. That's the choice you will have to make while choosing your clients or work. Okay, so that's one point that, guys, I wanted to add over there. So yes, at home, drive discipline. I know right now we have so much free time on hand, but only if I drive discipline will I be able to make my work from home productive. Okay, kind of do video calls like Rashesh must be doing periodically with his team members, or you guys must be, entrepreneurs must be doing with your team members. you know, remote working options are always there. It's always very good. But I'm not saying do it religiously up there, but put discipline. I know you get up every day at an X time. Maybe stretch yourself, give yourself more time to relax and sleep. But wake up. Put your alarm bells a little later, but wake up. Start doing that X hours. See the time you're saving on traveling. Do something within that time, and believe you me, your life will change. You'll feel better in the next few days and add value to yourselves. You know, even if it's feeding your little cat, I don't know how many guys of you have pets or whatever, you know, just take time out to do it, okay? But discipline yourself. It's never going to happen without discipline. I can't just wake up when I want and then now start my diary. How many of you guys actually have a planner, like write either a book or something writing? Do you guys like have a planner? Yes, no? Not only now in work from home, guys, generally at work. Okay, fantastic. Write down. Yes. Archana says no. No problem. I'm liking even if there is a no. We all learn from one another. Vartika says yes. Guys, very important. Believe you me. If you see my daily planner, you guys might literally start laughing. And sometimes even when my husband happens to read, he's like, "What is it that you're recording?" Even if it's a tea break that I'm taking, guys, for 10 minutes, I write it down. I know it might sound funny and petty. Even if I need to get ready 20 minutes to step out or something, I write it down. Why am I doing that? Sometimes it just helps me reflect back to see where I've used my time, what I have. Somebody's written same here, Sheetal. Okay, you know, it is important, guys. Believe you me, as you grow up in your career, you will realize that, oh, sometimes I sit back and think, listen, I didn't do much. What did I really do back? I'm not going to remember after 4 days. So I go back and it's a little Excel sheet. So I go back and say, oops, I kind of spend a lot of time, you know, wasting. So can I do something better? And that planners help me be more productive. Okay, so setting timelines, greater dependency on technology. The more the work from home, today technology is easier. Guys, back then in 2008, technology was not so strong. In industrial revolution time, they didn't have computers to connect. So those times of being work from home was hard. Today it's easy. You're a call away. You're a phone book away. We have stuff to keep us engaged. Okay, very easy it is. With diverse organizations to kind of look at office environments, stay connected, pick up the calls to your colleagues like you would normally do, stay in touch with them. That's when your work from home will become more productive and it will make more sense. You know, you will have to be more independent. You will not have to be dependent on anybody to do your stuff. What I mean to say that is just the way you went to pick up your tea at your pantry in office, try and do that in the normal course of working from home. You will feel less away from office environment if people like you guys are willing to stretch at office hours and stuff like that. Okay, you will become definitely a communication expert because many of you guys who spoke will now start writing, typing, chatting, calling. It will make your communication skills even better and improved. Okay, your confidence will increase. You will get more work done. You have more time on hand, so your productivity that way will zoom up. Okay, so look at work from home as that. The cons of this is very you know, very interesting. It's 24/7. If I'm working from home, I always have my laptop on. I'm doing something, then I'm coming back. I have to detach from that. There's 24/7 connectivity. So the cons of work from home is I'm always connected. I never feel I'm detached. Therefore, I'm saying put a discipline so that you zoom in, start working, exit yourself, get back as if you're out from office. Literally change your clothes and then step in to your normal house that you'll feel okay. Pick a small desk, sit and function from there. I'm not saying put up a palatial thing or a small corner of your house and just operate. Believe you me, it will make a lot of difference. Connect, feel in the loop. You're always feeling that, oh, I'm just working. Get out of that. You know, your coworkers might feel disconnected sometimes. That human touch you'll miss is the office politics. Okay, so one very interesting things is people who are connected with, you know, those afternoon walks or evening walks or talks or the train buddies. You will miss all of that, but adapt and look at the brighter side of the way of functioning. Okay, don't underestimate FaceTime. Like I said, pick up the video calls, chats, and do it. Keep it professional, be resourceful, be responsive. Even if that means when messages come to you, go back and respond. Stay connected. Not like, oh, I'm from home, I didn't check it. Oops, I missed it, and stuff like that. So, guys, do those things, set specific expectations, deliver. Always strive to be a better you. And believe you me, it will make a world of difference in your lives. So largely, this is what all I wanted to talk to you about. Obviously, I can keep on going on, and that's not right. My eye on the watch there. It's already crossed an hour. I have tried my best to cover all the points that Rashesh has given. In case I have missed on anything, my apologies, but I think I have covered whatever I had in mind to kind of share with you guys. Uh, Important, I said, technology, communication, positivity, self motivation, purpose planner, and shift from these are my tips away, shift from a lock mindset to a growth mindset. So these are the 5 to 6 tips that I have kind of tried to share with you guys. Any 2 or 3 things that you guys can write before we end or take to Q&A quickly on this, that what have you understood from this entire conversation? 2 or 3 points that each one comes to your mind that you guys understood or will take away from this session. So you guys can start typing and let me know. Uh, Anybody, any 2 or 3? Okay, build relationships. Fantastic, Astha. Stay positive, Sandhya. Yes, great. Spread positivity, Roslyn. Shift from a lock to a growth mindset. Fantastic, Vijita. Need to utilize your time. Have to stay to Redmi. Every disaster might throw a new opportunity. Brilliant, brilliant. Utilize time in a structured way. Focus mindset. Abhishek says, Vijita says, say connected. Fantastic. So I am sure, as you guys are typing in, that you guys have something to adversity is good to retrospect. Fantastic, Ramesh. Absolutely. Bang on. Be motivate. Okay, proactive pushing. I think all of you guys have probably picked some clue or the other. I've only tried to share with you guys my personal experiences that if that 2018 wouldn't have happened with me, I would not be able to bounce back. I have been able to bounce back after that. For you guys, that point in time may not be a disaster, but for us, those 20 to 100 people was like overnight, because the news that we saw, like the way you guys are watching coronavirus news now, used to be crazy for us. You have effigies of your manager once upon a time being burnt. You're seeing negative, no jobs, and it was stressful. But we pushed ourselves. So I want to just share that with you guys, that the world will not end here with us. We will move on. We will go back. Stay positive. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay positive. Motivate. Lock mindset to growth mindset. Build relations with clients. There is no end to nothing. And last but not the least is your self learning. So, a few takeaways from their fantastic new learn skills, new certification, Coursera. Brilliant. Great. So, thank you very much, guys, for listening to me patiently for over an hour. And now we'll open to the Q&A session. I have time on hand. I will try and cover as many questions as possible. Okay, should we not be able to figure it out? So one by one, you can unmute yourself and ask questions, and we will take it forward from there. Any questions from me?
Hi, this is Sheetal this side.
Hi, Sheetal.
Hi. First of all, I would like to thank you. We are very grateful for the time and effort that you gave us, and you are like it was great hearing to your experiences and thoughts, as well
My
as
you.
yeah. My question is like, what type of professional development would be helpful in our current like role?
Okay. So you are an entrepreneur right now. You are a franchisee who's speaking to me, Sheetal, or are you?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a
Great.
Frenchie.
Great, fantastic. A very relevant question, guys, to all of us. Great for asking this. See, professional development courses for each one of us will not be the same. Okay. Some of us need confidence in speaking. Okay. So it would be relevant to communication skills. Very important it is for us to figure out the confidence I have in picking up client conversations. Okay, so some
Mm-hmm.
of us need that. So there will be confidence building. See, for each one of you, once I know you better, I'm just giving very generic, guys. Okay, to Sheetal, I'm giving you very generic
Yeah.
points. You can note it down, but
Yeah.
some may not be relevant to others on the call. So I'm assuming this can help you. Very
Mm-hmm.
important, the client relationship building can be a very important point that you can learn and grow on. Okay, fostering relationships is what we call, right? We have to look at
Mm-hmm.
that. How I can make my communication even better. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
all constantly strive to do that. There is no end to communication learning, guys, ever in our lives. So we have to remember that. Uh, how to handle irate or difficult clients, you can put that as one of the learning lists, because
Mm-hmm.
clients are all different with different temperaments. Okay, how you can learn to handle them. Some of us are great at our work, but we are just not able to handle irate clients. I just don't want to, like, I can go to Rashesh and say, Rashesh, I'm sorry, I just cannot handle the client, I'm ready to do the work, but I want to come out of that. Why should I go to
Mm-hmm.
Rashesh or my TL? I should be able to do it. So look at that as one learning aspect. Okay, handling teams. You guys have teams under you guys. How can I work to handle my teams better? We have team members with different abilities, right, on our teams. How can I make the best use of them? How can I maximize the
Mm-hmm.
productivity of my team members? How can I be more creative? Okay, how can
Mm-hmm.
I do that? So I'm just giving you some. I hope this is making sense to you, Sheeta. These are some points that
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
pick up and start
Mm-hmm.
with. You know,
Okay.
I will try and, guys, give you a list of possible programs that you can pick up, either from LinkedIn or Coursera and stuff like that, and pick up and do some of these. If it's not relevant to you, it's a master list. Ignore and move to something that will be relevant to you. Is that okay, Sheetal, for you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Pleasure. I have
Yeah, hi Sumaiya. This
yes.
is Abhishek from Pune.
Hi, Abhishek.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, doing well. Sumaiya, first of all, thanks to you for sparing time for us to guide us throughout this time.
A
I have
pleasure.
a I have a one question. During the discussion, you just mentioned that.
Uh, Guys, there is a prayer announcement that's going outside, so just ignore. I mean, like, I'm for you guys. I hope that's not a disturbance. It's a home environment, so I can't kind of control. So sorry about that. I hope
Yeah,
it's
that should be fine. No issue.
not bothering. Yeah, sorry. I hope that's not going to be a bother to you on listening. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
can.
yeah. So my question is, during the discussion, you mentioned something about the AI in to be used while recruiting. So I just want to know, how this AI will bring a change to us as a recruitment industry, and how should we adapt to that particular change?
Sure. So, Abhishek, brilliant. I knew this question would be coming my way at some point in time. 1 second before I address to it, I can see Chirag's question. Chirag, park the question there, and whoever else will post more question, I might lose the chat. So just stay with Chirag your question. I'll come to you in a bit on that. So, Abhishek, to answer your brilliant question, I'm sure AI is not a new term to you guys, right? We all have been hearing about it at some point in time. How it will bring a change, I just spoke little about it in the conversation that a lot of companies see it's a new robotic initiative that's being done, right? But basically, it's like how when the laptop or the computer thing started, instead of manual counting, you could do Excel drop and your auto sum would come down, right? Similarly, a lot of things got eased out, right? Your reports were done in a jiffy, in a
Mhm.
button. Your pivot tables were done. Similarly, AI will be using words, will be using clues to do search from the databases and produce results. I
Okay.
am again saying that's going to lead and take the way. It will slowly become a lead and take the way ahead. That may not be the most accurate because they are also controlled by human beings, right? AI is
Yes.
a function of an automation done by humans, correct?
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
whatever words programs will be fed in by AI will be the results that will come out from databases. How will that make a life to recruiters or partners like talent partners? It will make a difference because your work will then reduce of sitting on the Naukris and Shines of the world databases to kind of pick, and the initial screening that you do of candidate search from your search buttons, that time of yours will get eased off. Now it's a long move, guys. That's one in recruitment. Companies also using AI for interviewing. What do I mean by that is a robot is coming and saying, "Hello, Sumaiya, how are you today?" And in that robotic style, and kind of greeting me and asking me 2 questions, and I'm recording my voice. Look at shortlist.com. I don't know how many of you guys know shortlist.com. Shortlist.com does this very interesting thing of picking up kind of relevant resumes. They contact candidates, and if the candidate contacts them back, they kind of give you a series of questions to answer. Is a record with forms to fill, or you will do a telephonic interview. Today, a recruiter, Abhishek, is not picking up a call on them. It's a shortlist is sending an, kind of a questions, and in that one or two is where a response has to be, please in less than 3 minutes describe yourself. The audio, please click on this button, and then what is that? That's an advancement towards recruitment. That's not taking our jobs away, is what I'm saying, but it will free up some of our times. Is it making sense, Abhishek, what I'm trying to say about AI to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Now again, there are free, and Coursera has a very interesting course on AI, guys. I will try and send you a link on that, free. Deep dive and learn. We can do one total session on AI and kind of zoom in. But very important to understand is it is going to be for us a very important aspect, not only for you guys, all of us. But don't have the fear that, oh my God, today she said AI on the call, will I lose my job? Should I switch from entrepreneur? No, guys, never. It will just help us. We'll become more smarter. We'll do some more interesting stuff for our clients, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is that okay with you, Abhishek?
Yes, that answers my question. Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Welcome, most welcome. Chirag, I'm reading your question. Hi, Chirag here. I'm a franchisee. Which industries do you think will be impacted for longer run? Okay, brilliant. Chirag, question is very fair. But right now, even if you go to the Prime Minister of India or to any government body or to any top industrial experts and CEOs, nobody will give you a right answer to this because nobody knows what's going to happen. Right now, the topmost running company also can come in problem, and the most unexpected company also can zoom to do better. Trust me, okay? Trust me, Chirag. So you're listening. I know you're not able to speak, so I'm assuming this is making sense to you. Very difficult to say, okay? But I can tell you all industries at the moment, whether it is anything is impacted, whether it is, whether it is even simple. No, come on, even like look at Ambani's and Tatas of the world. They're all giving donations in their own forms, but are they also not going to get impacted? See, a human mind is such that when I get something, it's not enough for me, right? I always want more. That's the human psychology. And that's the way it is. Now we can't say, listen, for them, there's so much of money. What will it affect them? But it is affecting them in their own way. Even their production or their work is getting hampered. Their staff is on leave. They're also living out from their pool. So right now, every industry is in problem because nobody knows what's going to happen. Look at our packet food manufacturers. We all are reading in the news. Britannia's and Parleys are saying we are not able to manufacture. Our staff is not coming. Our trucks are not coming. They are also getting hampered. So very difficult, very sticky to tell which will come up, which will not come up, given the current crisis right now. Okay, but all industries survive. For business, from a franchisee perspective, if you get even a biscuit client tomorrow, you can't say, oh, listen, Parleji's to stop packaging, they may not give. Pick it up. Pick it up. There are so many competitors lying around there. Pick it up. There is nothing for a recruiter called as a good industry or bad industry. Believe me, guys, in 18, when Nirav Modi, then supposed to be the best #1 diamond here in India, and obviously aspiring globally, when that shut down, the industry got affected. Yes, banks got affected, guys. Let me be very honest. Chirag, banks got affected because it all went to PNB, right? PNB shut down and people without money. So it was a complete circle effect. Along with we 2,200 people, guys, various other people got affected. PNB people lost their jobs. Employees' money, people's money got run away with the bank being shut. There was whole suddenly from 2,200 people of Nirav Modi without jobs, a whole jing bang of people getting suffered. It's a whole chain. So, but did the gems and jewelry industry die down? No. I had clients emerging from that point in time, from that sector itself. I could still be scared. Oh, I don't want to touch gems and jewelry because I've been a victim of that. No. Today, I have very, very good friends from that industry. I have very good kind of associations with senior people from that industry. So we can't say that in this time which will get affected, which will not. Be open. Mindset, what did I say? Positive mindset, open, right? Chirag, maybe you can type if this makes sense to you or I've tried to address it as per your expectations or no. Chirag is from iPhone, right? Yeah. Yes, I understand. Completely makes sense. Thanks for answering the question. Sorry, can't speak. Yes, I can completely understand. No problem. But as long as it's making sense, it's great. Next question on hand, if there are questions or whatever. Seems like no questions, or I don't know if I.
Hi, Soumya.
Sorry, who's that?
Hi, Soumya. This is Seema.
Yes,
First of all, thanks for this informative session and sharing your experiences. I have one question. I have one question regarding the connectivity. As we spoke about the stay connected with your clients. So I would like to ask. This is a very long time, like 21 days going, and 1 week is gone. So it's a very long time. So I was just wondering, in this job profile we are in, we are having right now we are having very limited topic to discuss with the client. Apart from this hi hello or whatever rapport we have with the client, how we can stay connected with them, because I have already done 1 or 2 call and we have already discussed that they have stopped the recruitment for some time being. So how I can be connected with them in this time?
Fantastic. Thank you. It's a very nice question, and very valid question in today's time. Okay, and it's very, very relevant. So I can tell you certain things that I do from, again, my experience, and it's really worked. Yes, you've done calls. You can't keep calling them every 24 to 48 hours. They'll get irritated and probably stop taking our calls. Let's not do that. There are different ways of getting connected with them. If there is some very relevant information in terms of news that you're very concrete about, share it with them. Whether it is about virus, otherwise it's about their industry, or even if it is a very interesting video, like it's today's video or some other sessions you may have, I think you guys can share that. You might have such periodic discussions. I don't know how Rishi is going to table it up. Share it with them. They will know you're learning. If there is something that is making sense to them, share it with them. Okay, a piece of news. Okay, sometimes it is just a nice picture that comes across my mind, which it depends on the relationship I have with my client. I will share it with them. If I feel that you're an HR person and you feel that that particular thing that you spoke to the client about, the client might one day say, listen, you know what, help me, I don't know how can I really motivate my team. Example, if they have shared with you some point in time, if you come across a very brilliant course. Now, for example, today's Coursera thing, I don't know how many of your clients really, guys, know about it. Spread it with them. The moment you share learning, the experience only multiplies. I cannot just hold it to me and say, okay, this is my treasured knowledge. Share it. Maybe this is 1 or 2 things today you guys can go back and say, listen, I came across this new learning platform. Maybe it can be helpful to you. So look at these newer ways to do. I'm not saying send them jokes or something, but something with learning, something with news, something about their industry, something from a newspaper clip that you see which will make sense to them. Just don't do it for the heck of doing it. Okay, that, oh, today's 48 hours are done, let me send something for the heck of it. No, don't do it. Don't put a time to it, but do it regularly. Okay, they say, right, you cannot use one stick for all. There's no one formula that works for all. So use your judicious discretion and kind of use it, infuse it as per that. Is it making sense to you?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot for
Yeah.
answering.
Most welcome. Pleasure. Anybody else with anything? Hi, Sarang here. What all technologies can leverage for recruitment apart from AI? Discuss. Um, well, is this, so Sarang, I read your question, but this technology, would it mean in terms of smarter recruitment search, or are you talking more about similar to AI related technology? So one is the robotic automation that I've already spoken about. Okay, I don't know. I'm assuming, okay, smart recruitment. Fantastic. Okay, I just read it, smart recruitment. So, guys, one is we all have to be organized when, see, recruitment, as much as it's easy, it's time bound, it's more driven by a lot of correct processes that we follow. Look at how many of us depend on just the portals that we buy and kind of use that. I don't think our limits are on that. How many of us are posting and using LinkedIn, though it is paid, but from a free perspective, posting our requirements on and off on that, very important. Okay, use that. There are a couple of free job posting websites. Okay, like Indeed allows you to some extent. There are various like these. Okay, pick up those and post. Okay, do your work smartly. That one thing that you have created, if I post it on 6 different, it's not going to, if it doesn't do anything better, it won't kind of make it worse for sure. Organize your in recruitment, very important is your dashboard. Okay, make an automated, I think Rishesh, talent corner team, I think has started a very interesting reporting mechanism, which I think is very great. I've seen how it really works there. So it's brilliant via Google. But there are various such apps that there is ATS, application tracking system. There are various other free websites that allow you to put your candidate portals in one place. See, what we recruiters do is when we kind of start work, we kind of just immediately go put the search, look at new websites. We never will look at new candidates. We never go back to the portal we have and say, listen, who was the last sales candidate that I last picked up from this job market? Did not work out. Let me look at that. Build relationships with your candidates. Okay, never not go back and communicate with them. See, your recruitment can be done in a spree, provided you use the good tips and tricks. What are my competitions? How who are their top level or equivalent recruitment people sitting there who I can touch base with? So you're hiring a sales manager for Adidas, then look at who's sales manager for Nike at an equivalent position. Map at that. Look at LinkedIn. Who are the competition, similar title people available? Then pick up their names, go into your database drives and see if their name numbers are coming up. That's quicker, faster way. Rather than just starting first to jump into the whole sea and then pick up small fishes. Don't do that. Look at smarter ways of that. Have a strong database. Have a strong database, which is a MIS, a strong dashboard for your reference. Believe me, I always go back to that first when I pick up any assignment rather than going to the database. Believe me, that is work. Technology will always keep advancing from AI to robotic to analytics. For HR, analytics is so important. I don't know if many of us have even advanced to that. There are programs available on analytics, HR analytics, brilliant career expansion. So we guys can move from this angle to analytics. That's a huge hue and cry of having right analytics on board for companies. So look at all of that. So I hope, Sarang, that question made sense to you. Rima, I'll read your question in a bit. Sarang, are you with me? Does that make sense? Okay, thanks. Great. Hi, ma'am. Not sure if it is an appropriate question. Is there any way of understanding a customer's mindset? I have 2 clients. The resumes I sent are quite appropriate, but there have been occasions when after final interview, the candidates were not recruitment, if you could advise. Rima, very relevant question. Did you hear me sometime back when I kind of said the big company vis-a-vis? So I'm assuming your customer, I don't know whether it is a high, mid-sized company or a MNC or what, I don't know. So if you can type that for me, it's a mid-sized company. See, understand there are 2 ways of looking at client. Okay, if you are in a regular touch with the client, you will get a hint before closure. Budget around, okay. See, budget is not something, Ramesh, I'll come to your question in a bit. I'm just finishing with Rima's question. Budget, see, I'm addressing this question irrespective of the budget. Okay, budget can be even 15,000. Point is not that. Point is you're saying that it comes to closure. You have 2 candidates already in pipeline, come to final round and not closed. I'm sure we have developed enough relation with the client till then to understand why my 2 candidates didn't get selected. I know Rashesh would, drive me crazy till I'd never give him the feedback on why the candidate didn't get selected. Why does that help? You can always go back to the client with a positive smile and saying, no problem, I understand, but can you help me understand why, so that it is always better for me to know. Maybe that point in time at the final stage of interview, the candidate was great, but probably he fumbled, or he was not confident, or there was some mishap due to which it didn't happen. There are various reasons for not selecting. Okay, but the client, is the client giving you that feedback is important. Devan, I know it is a disappointment that you did not. It's not about just the customer's mindset of not getting selected. Your interaction is with the HR person, but the final CEO or MD or the director is refusing the candidate. Your bounce back is to the HR to say, listen, can you help me understand why is it that the candidate is not got selected? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to pick it up from there. And always smarter thing is, guys, to make your candidates very well prepared for the final round. When your candidates are going, how many of us are actually asking the HR about the interviewer? Say, can I ask a question? Can you let me know, what's the name? I mean, you'll know the name who's getting interviewed. What does he prefer? What are the kind of questions he can ask? How can I help my candidate prepare? Have that one-to-one conversation with HR. I still remember Rashesh would tell me, listen, if they are meeting up with then Kazad or anybody, Sumaiya, what's the probable questions they should know, be prepared of, or how should they kind of see the way they dress up? Everything matters. You never know what the client is looking for. So try and preempt those things so there is less of disappointment. And even if there's no need to get disappointed. Okay, there's always a looking forward ahead to that. Learn from that and ensure the next time that doesn't happen. Maybe your candidate was late, you don't know. Maybe they were too good. One was a notch better. Maybe sometimes it's the budget that guy agreed to 24. This guy was expecting 28. So he got selected. There are various reasons. Okay. So I hope that's better. Like, I hope that's making sense to you. You can type in. Rima, thank you very much. I have another question to answer for Ramesh. Ramesh, I think you were the one next after Rima. Ramesh, I'm just reading your question. What impact did 2008 slowdown had and recruitment industry, and how did it overcome it? Yes, brilliant. Ramesh, a very interesting question. Okay, very, very interesting question. Do you see from 2008 till 2020, we are in, did the recruitment industry ever shut down? I don't think so. I really don't think so. In fact, there are more and more recruiters and recruitment companies that are coming up every single, I'm not saying day, but every week or whatever, in every nook and corner. I mean, you guys are so many franchisors who attached with Talent Corner that you guys are a mini company in yourselves, right? So the industry takes a beating, okay? that point in time, what Ogilvy did was, I don't think we ever broke associations with Talent Corner. Never till I was there. At least I remember, because after that, I don't know how things would have been. But just to let you know, Ramesh, it had an impact. Okay, we were more cautious. The budget constraints had come in. We were trying to do more internal referrals. We were trying to do more self-hiring. See, every company, guys, understands has a recruiter largely. If you are going to pick up just on Naukri, even they can pick it up. But the agility, smartness, and brilliance with which you can pick up resumes and kind of table it to them is what makes a difference. But yes, companies were vigilant, Ramesh, that point in time to choose the vendors. So I had a benchmark that if I had 10 that I was working with, hypothetically speaking, can I limit myself to 5 or 6 top recruiters? What came into play is, okay, if I have to work with Talent Corner, what are the positions Talent Corner helped me close? Can they still stay on my list? From the 10 recruiters that were there, others from the 9, who are the ones that have not closed any, who are the ones that are not up to the mark, who don't understand my requirements, who are taking too much time, sift those up. Industry never shut down, guys. This industry will always have opportunities. Okay, will always have opportunities. Even Indian recruiters do international assignments. I have international clients. So Ramesh, one is that never came up. How the industry could overcome that was the persistence, like I'm talking to you guys today about, staying in touch with the client. You have to be the go-to person to your client. Simple. If Rashesh ever called me and I came out of a meeting, I'd say, Rashesh, great you called me. Listen, you know what? I think I finished a meeting. You quickly put somebody on the team, and these are the 5 immediate closures I need. How you do it, figure it out. But by tomorrow noon or 1 o'clock, I need at least 3 or 4 great CVs from each of these positions. So understand that nothing dies down. Is always a revival. I mean, there are RPOs that are happening in companies, right? So there is this entire recruitment process outsourcing that are happening in companies. Okay, so recruitment is something that industry will always survive. It will be a slowdown, it will be a hit, but it rebounces back. So in 2008, that's what we did. The companies also had to suffer. There were less closures, probably Talent Corner also may have made, but it bounces back. Everything bounces back. Ramesh, does it make sense to you? I don't know. Rima, I'm reading a message now. Thank you. Thanks for that. It made sense to you. Ramesh, I'm not too sure if you're with me. I am just waiting for a response from your end. 1 second. Okay, I don't know if Ramesh is with me on the call right now, but I hope I've made sense to him on this point. I'm moving on because there are tons of other questions that are flowing in. Meeta, in current situation, every industry is losing. Every company always have some target after lockdown. There may chance of those companies try to hire more candidates to complete a target. There can be boom. Kindly share your views. Okay, I will answer the question otherwise. Okay, there are chances that they may not complete their backlog. Right now, in the things that are going on, people are not worried about their jobs. People are worried about what's happening in terms of whether the job security is there and not there. There are companies battling with that. So for them to help you closures of your backlog is a remote chance, unless the company is very, very strong and has deep pockets and will survive the fittest of the recession, might say, okay, great, to complete all those positions back on track. There are likelihood they might say scrap all the positions on hand. There will be some positions that might get cut down. Different reactions will turn out. Guys, it all depends right now on the way this entire lockdown, how and when it ends. Okay, to zoom in from this particular perspective and say how it's going to last may be slightly challenging. Okay, but be prepared. See, if I'm prepared for the worst, believe me, I can handle everything with ease. I always imagine the worst. What will happen? For 10 days, I might not have any positions. Then what next? On day one of the things getting back, if I call up the client is not say, great, start working on this. He might say, listen, I've just got back to work, give me some days. So Meeta, for your answer, believe me, the lockdown, there could be that you may not get to clear the backlog. There could be partial backlog clearance. There could be, whatever. There could be mixed of various things, So I hope that's making sense to you, Meeta. There are other questions also that are flowing in. So Ramesh, thanks, appreciate your response. Thank you, Ramesh. I was looking forward to your response. I'm looking for your response. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks for your reply. Making sense, great. I think one more question is from somebody called Suradni. I don't know who's that person. Sometimes for no reason, clients put a candidate on hold after 7 rounds of interview without giving a solid reason. Sometimes client deflect questions. Same question from me. Bhargav is also saying, Vijita is also saying, okay, so a couple of them have the same question. Guys, at the end, they say, how they say customers king, right? So for us, we have no choice. Client is the final say. But now you did not get a reason, right? After 7 rounds. Surprising, believe me. If you had a strong relationship, see, I'm a strong believer in relationship. I really love to sometimes work with clients, challenging clients, or people in life, and I've made best friends out of them. Before I answer this, I'll give you a small snippet of my past experience. So in once upon a time in my working career in life, I did have a client who was supposed to be very tough. Every single person said, listen, it's a tough client. And I had joined business, I had joined the work, so I had to work with her. Everybody said, listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, not easy to work. She's like this, she's like that. Believe me, guys, today she's the best of my friends, or one of the best of my friends I have in my list. She is my very, very good friend, client, everything today. So believe me, over a period of time, if I said something to her, she would say, listen, you said it, it's it. She'll actually go up. And so that relationship did not come overnight. I'm not saying I never got flack from her. It was not easy, but I worked around the way. I challenged myself that what is it that I can't do to make friends with her, right? I mean, I really challenged myself. Today, it's the best of, today still people tremble to talk to her. Today, people still have that fear. They will like, but understand that why is it like this? It challenges you. It makes your life interesting. You made friends of her. Clients can be your best friends. So after 7 rounds, I'm sorry if you really never got a response, is probably the client may not have taken us seriously, mustn't be thinking it's important to even answer, because they must be having various other people and say, listen, there's no answer, or say, I don't know. But if you are in touch and they are like your friends and you're connected, you might not even wait for 7 rounds. Probably after 3 or 4 rounds, you might already get a hint that it's not going to work out or stuff like that. So it will come up. Therefore, believe in relationships, nurture them. Make your clients your best friends and see the joy and passion you drive out of this profession. Believe you me, I don't know if this answer makes sense or not, because a couple of them have that question. So, okay, you say it's fine, great. Can you please suggest the best process we should follow by which a candidate once hired with the client can continue with a job for not only 90 days and even more? So I'm talking about the post-hiring scenario. Because mostly I come to know about a candidate's exit from the company's post resignation and it ends up wasting a lot of time and money. Brilliant question. Okay, guys, we all have to understand that our job does not end at just the day of joining of the candidate. Believe you me. Okay, in fact, our job starts that time. Be in touch from the time you kind of finalize the candidature with the candidate. Stay in touch with him. Check everything. Is he responding to your message on time? Is he answering your calls? Don't always call him. Try pinging. Okay. Try different ways of communicating. Give him. So it's like a 1 month notice period or a 1 week or 15 days. Make a planner. Stay in touch with him for that closure till you're doing other work. The moment you get a hint, sound off the client immediately. Listen, I think this guy is not answering. I think he's in 2 minds. Stay in touch, okay, with him like a friend. Okay, once he joins also, so this is till he joins the company, stay in touch with him. That time also, if you are smart enough, you will figure out that, or you will get a sense, of the seriousness or non-seriousness. Very important. You can't tell a candidate, even the client on day one, saying this guy is not joining. Okay, and sometimes the client will not even want to tell you that he or she is going. It should be you who should be the first one to give a hint to the client if the candidate is not up there. Stay in touch on day one. How many of us actually go and check with them, how was your day one? Please make, like how they have buddies in the companies, you have to be their placement buddy, whatever you want to call yourselves as. Please stay in touch with them. How's your day one? How did it go? Check with them next day. Have they reached on time? See their seriousness. And they will automatically, I'm not just saying message, pick up the call. How was it day three? Okay, for the next 3 days, be in touch, then make it every alternate day. Stay in touch because that is the best way you will get to know. Okay, it's a remote chance that you will be surprised that a candidate then quits. You will definitely be the first one to know, but even before placement, you will get to know the seriousness. So your post-hiring scenarios and surprise elements will get reduced big time, guys. So staying in touch again is very important. Okay, ask the manager there, how is the candidate doing? Not only with the candidate, go back even to the company. Hey, how is hope very well with ABC, hope she is doing well. Is there something you want me to kind of bridge between her and the company? Do let me know, blah blah. So they can say, listen, she's great, but I hope she's motivated. Can you check? Hope she's not looking out for another job. Stay in touch with that company where they're coming in from. Sometimes they get counter offers to stay back. We are not aware of it. Why we are not aware of it? Because we are not in touch. Okay, be the buddy of the candidate. You will have these less surprise elements, and even if there are few, that will always be inevitable, guys. Always be inevitable. Ensure the company gives them enough information about them. I know somebody who joined, a colleague I know who joined some place, a brilliant brand, not through me, but just that person contacted and said, listen, I don't want to work with them. In 1 week, I'm nobody to that. I just know that person as an associate. Said, why? Because I did not get proper induction. I don't think these guys are great in what they are doing. In just, guys, 1 week, I had nothing to do. All I told the guy, I hadn't placed him, but I just told him that give it some time. It's too early to comment. But I was nobody. I was just a person he or she knew. So you have to just be that bouncing board to the candidate. So I hope this makes sense to you. I don't know. Just let me know with a message. Okay, there is no message. Okay, I'll move on to the next question. Hiral, I think you have a similar question like I just answered. I have a company where I have had done a closure of 5 candidates, an offer letter were given, and all of a sudden on the day of joining, candidates said they have a better job offer. So what can we do in such a scenario? As I've been doing proper follow-up with the candidates, but I got a blast from the HR. I haven't used the share follow-up, but still, so how can we get to know that a candidate is not doing a job? See, candidate will always do job shopping in the market. Okay, I'm not saying you great, Hiral, if you've been doing that. First of all, I must appreciate that you may be one of those few people who are doing this. Uh, there were 5, right? Whenever there is a mass placement, be careful. When you place one, all get placed. When they leave, all go together. So very important to stay connected. Now it's very difficult for me to understand that all 5 didn't join. And if you are in touch with all 5, it's very difficult that you may not have got a signal from either or. Guys, make your touch points very careful. Sometimes message them after work hours to see are they responding. There are different ways of connecting. There's no one, like I said, no one mechanism that will work for all. How are you getting in touch with them? Are you sending them an early morning message to this good morning to see how it's working, not working? Okay, give them stuff to read. Maybe ask your client, Okay, if the client has this history of having these defaulters not joining, ask them to be a connecting board back with the candidates also. I know some companies, big MNCs, themselves engage with the candidates. Can we request our clients to have pre-boarding experiences with the candidates? Because see, for 10, 20,000, you might always lose candidates, but engage the job. See, market job offers are there, guys. Help candidates choose a job where there is passion. Sometimes we force fit the candidates and say, go give an interview and come, then we'll see. Avoid that because it's always disappointment. Sometimes it works. I'm not saying it doesn't. But what happens when we are pushing them? You know, it's always sorry. Can somebody just mute the voice here? So understand that. Push the can. So no problem. That point in time, the HR was angry, upset. You know, after 2 hours, you pick up the call and apologize and say, really sorry, this happened, very unexpected. Can I know that it's happened with us or is it normal? Can I help suggest better ways or go back with a proposal plan? Okay. Again, there are various ways of, so there is an onboarding experience that is there on LinkedIn. I'll share that learning exercise with you. It's a whole list of checklists you can do to understand whether the candidate is on track, not on track. Okay, be like a friend with them. I'm not saying you haven't done that, but be like a friend. Stay in touch. Makes a lot of difference, you know. Hope that answered the question. Rashesh, I don't know how is it on time because there are a series of questions coming in. I'm happy to respond, but Rashesh, I don't know how
Let's
does
do
it.
last one question. I think it's already 6.
Yes.
I'm sure you
Yes,
must
exactly.
as well. So we'll do last one.
So, you know, so sorry if I'm not able to take some questions. Some I see are overlapping also, Rashesh. If you can see on the chat window,
I can see the chat.
I can always take. Yeah, because I try, Rashesh, I'm just trying to cover maximum inputs I can give, but sure, there's much more to. Can you suggest the best process once hired, the client can continue with the job even more than for years? So I'm talking about, I think this I just.
Yeah, you've just answered Sumit's question. I don't think there's any more questions. There's a suggestion from someone, but I don't think there's
yeah, I can just read now. Yeah. I have a very, I have a little, so this is Venkatesh. Okay, I have a little question. This is the, guys, this will be the last question. We'll take it up in the paucity of time. Brilliant patience you guys hold. So last one, and I'll try my best to answer this. I have HR analytics. I will answer that later. I have a little experience. This is Venkatesh. The candidates ready to change jobs, they will be in touch with us. Otherwise, after shortlist, they are not interested to change job. If we told anything which is according to the company, but the candidate does not listen, is it correct? And if you can give, I'm not able to interpret the question well, but what I understand a little bit from the question is you're saying that you try and tell them about the company even after they've accepted the job and they're not willing to listen to you. If there are any suggestions on that, did I understand your question correctly, Venkatesh? Venkatesh, did I understand the question? Because my answer then will depend on that. And we have very little time on that. I don't see a yes. I'm assuming my understanding is correct. I'll go on that. I'm not just saying, guys, to answer them about the company only where they're joining and just go on telling them about the company. It's not about that. It's staying in touch, saying what happened. How many of us actually ask for resignation letters from them? Can you send me resignation copy of your resignation letter? There are candidates who seriously do it. So when you are hiring them, when they are making the sign up with the company, you be in touch with them and tell them, listen, over a period of next 7 days, please, as a process, I need to give it to the company. You may not actually need to give it to the company, but tell them I need a copy of your accepted resignation letter. The company needs it. Means basically the client needs it. Ask for them. That way, you know, they've surely resigned. One is that assurance. Stay in touch with them. Sometimes what can work brilliantly, guys, is a blind call from another number through another friend, offering them another job. See the response you get from them. Trust me, you'll come to know whether they are interested or not. They might still say yes, but see the follow up to the extent, and then you frame your next questions to them. Guys, we have done all of that to kind of see what works. And sometimes it works, and you come to know it's the candidate is really fake. How many of us even verify the degrees that they have shown or work experience of prior companies? Do reference checks yourselves. Guys, it makes a lot of difference. You give it to the clients to do it. You do one ref check from somebody and say, listen, is the guy serious? And can that reference check person be your colleague to check if that person is actually switching or not? So that ref check person can also be a person who you can really make a contact with and say, listen, is he seriously moving? Can you let me know? Not know if it's a very senior position or even a mid-level position. So use your strategy, use your mind how you want to do it. Surprise elements, guys, we can always have, but we can eliminate. There is no one perfect answer to this. We can only do ways to kind of make this streamline better. So that's my answer, Venkatesh, in a nutshell. Analytics, sorry, read me. I don't know who's that, but guys, HR analytics we can do as a separate maybe kind of session on AI analytics and future of HR or some topic like that. Right now, I wouldn't want to take much time on that. It's already 6 o'clock. I'm sure you guys all have to get back to your stream of things. But I will try and feed you all with enough information related to possible training programs and a lot of this that can help you self-learn in the next 15 days. I promise to kind of package you guys with enough and more material that can help you guys flourish and become even more rebounced, better rediscovered individuals. So I think the promise and the pledge we'll take is we will discover ourselves. Type a yes to say we will all rediscover ourselves. Oh, fantastic. Vijita here, brilliant. Yes, it's from Seema, from everybody. Excellent, brilliant. So thank you very much, Rashesh, for giving this wonderful platform to address the team. Excellent team members, brilliant points, wonderful. I had a delightful time. Over to you, Rashesh. Thank you very much, guys, for being patient listeners. And Rashesh, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sumaiya. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. I could see that very interestingly, we've had franchise partners, we've had our own team members, we've had team members who are working with the franchise partners, and we've got clients on this particular call as well. So it's been a very interesting experience for everybody involved. I was just seeing that. And this is by far, it's a 45 minutes question answer session. So it's gone brilliantly well. I really appreciate your patience at the time. And I'm sure you know this. Sometimes recruiters can be crybabies, but I think all of us want to just grow, and we want to do well. And you can see the excitement in my team. They're so energetic. There's so much. They are going through so many experiences that they obviously want to keep doing better and better. So I really appreciate you guiding them. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you everybody for joining us on this call today.
Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day and all the best to all of us. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.